Hello and welcome. I'm KJ and this is Swali.
Welcome back again.
And you're listening to UnMaddening, where we unpack the madness of society one suspicious word at a time, while we still can.
Very suspicious.
While we're able to, with a looming end date. We have a bonus word today. The word of the day is not looming, but hey, here's the definition. Seemingly about to happen and regarded as ominous or worrying. Anything seemingly about to happen that you feel
I don't know. I think maybe everyone will be forced to digitally verify themselves
perhaps
at some stage or another within the next few weeks.
Anyway, that was our bonus word. The actual word of the day, the matter at hand, our word is inkling, the definition of which is a slight knowledge or suspicion, a hint. The origin of the word inkling, late Middle English swirls. We've got it from the rare verb inkle, which is to utter in an undertone. Synonyms to inkling are idea, notion, sense, impression, and antonyms, ignorance, oblivience, blindness, disregard, naivety, and bewilderment. Right. What does the Urban Dictionary say about the word inkling? It says inkling comes from the idea of a half-written letter. It means something like the beginning of an idea, just sort of formulating a thought or, what's going on here? There was also on the Urban something called tinkle inkling, which is to do with when the first thought crosses your mind of that you need to go to the toilet.
I like that one. I have a tinkle inkling.
I think it's, I'm going to have to go to the toilet soon. Yes. Or an inkling as a baby squid, which I'm not sure if that's true, but it's cute nonetheless.
Great.
You guys made me ink. All right, current news. The word inkling. We have an inkling about, as Swal said, the digital duty of care. Straight into what it says on the Oz government website. The issue, the independent statutory review of the Online Safety Act, found that the Online Safety Act works primarily to help people after they have experienced harms online by allowing them to make a complaint to have harmful content removed. Having this help is important, but these arrangements put the onus on people to keep themselves safe. I mean, not sure why that's a problem. And to make a report when things go wrong also makes sense. A key recommendation of the review was that Australia adopt a duty of care on online services, requiring services to take reasonable steps to prevent foreseeable online harms to Australians. You need the pre-crime division, Minority Report.
That's
right. Duty of care framework would see the responsibility for managing online harms shift from individuals to services. Let's just move the blame over to somebody else.
I like how they changed the word government to services.
The Australian government is committed to legislating a digital duty of care and improving online safety for Australians. Now, further on this page, they're actually asking for Australians to fill out a survey that they are conducting. They want your input. Why they want it? Because they're committed to this digital duty of care. They like to repeat this frequently to help prevent serious online harms. Community input will help inform the design of a digital duty of care so that Australia's online safety legislation, we're back on that word, reflects feedback from the community, protects freedom of expression and adequately protects Australians from online harms. This survey is open until midnight on the 7th of December, right before we've got our 10th of December rollout. It would have been open for 23 days in total. But there's this banger underneath it. It says, and I quote, "Please note, for surveys to be counted in this consultation process, all mandatory fields must be completed, including contact details where relevant." Nice.
Verify now.
Please see information below on how your personal information will be managed. Okay. Yeah. And in true e-safety fashion, the department reserves the right not to consider survey responses that may expose the department to legal action or which contain potentially abusive, offensive or defamatory material. All right, Ministry of Truth. Okay, just go ahead and rewrite what the common man has to say to you in
true
this survey.
Fashion, we'll critique it and remove certain things that we do not believe fit in with the
to be offensive or defamatory.
Yes. All under the guise of for your safety
for your safety.
and duty of care.
Albo put a video up on X a few days ago, a short video answering questions about what he calls our social media ban for the under 16s. And he listed the included platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, X, Reddit, Kik and Twitch. But side note on the list, according to the eSafety Commissioner website, this list will continue to be updated prior to December 10th. So I actually don't know what the final list is going to look like. All of the platforms, I don't think they'll be removing any from the list, but what else are they going to add to the list? I don't know. It says online gaming and standalone messaging apps are among a number of types of services that have been excluded under the legislative rules. However, messaging services that have social media style features which allow users to interact in other ways apart from messaging may be included in the age restrictions as well. Yes. And it also says it's not a ban, it's a delay to having accounts, which I thought was up to us to decide when we were delaying our children to have accounts.
That's right. And it should be up to the parents because, I mean, when the kids get old enough to, have these social media accounts, you're just going to be throwing them in the deep end. You haven't given them the time to navigate through it, nor has the power been put in the parents' hands to, work with them through it and work with them on how to manage the social media, what's appropriate and what's not.
Well, you would hope that the parents would know the child best, right? And some maybe should be waiting longer to access these things, while others perhaps have a bit more emotional maturity or are using them for different things. And the parent can decide that, or could. You used to, soz you can't anymore. Used to be able to make that choice based on the individual needs of the child that they have identified as the parent.
Well, I think according to government regulation, as soon as you turn 16, you're now all-knowing, so that's perfectly fine.
Yes. 15 and 364 days? No.
Yeah. As soon as it's going to be midnight, oh, tick, tick, tick. I know everything.
I hate Mario Kart. It's sad. Another question that Albanese addressed was, will I have to submit government ID to access my account? And he says, I quote, no. In fact, our legislation specifically prohibits platforms from requiring government-issued ID. Our social media ban is about making sure kids have a childhood. And he goes, it's not going to be perfect, but it's too important not to give it a crack. I mean, you got to love it when he tries to be ochre to, pull you in and go, oh, yeah, you're just a good Aussie bloke, mate. Yeah. But
it's not good, but we're going to do it anyway, basically, is what he said.
Plus, you can't put the genie back in the lamp, right? These young people have already been using these things and they are more clever than we at finding ways around the outside.
I do like their survey that they've put out, just like, give us your feedback and we'll critique it and we'll censor certain amounts of it. But, in between that, we'll collect a whole heap of information.
That we want.
That
fits our script.
Yeah. And things that don't, then we'll formulate the appropriate retorts to them. And yeah. That's what it's all about.
And we won't include them.
Nothing's going to change. They've already told you, no, it's not changing.
Yeah. So the survey's just to make you feel like you actually have a say in it, but you don't have a say in it because it literally just stated that if they deem that information that you're providing to not suit what they want you to have said, they're just going to exclude it.
And then the brilliant mind of Albo, he's already said it's a terrible system in his own words.
No, he said it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, well.
But we got to give it a crack.
Yeah.
Give it a red hot go.
And I think before you put something into legislation, wouldn't you want it to be perfect? Wouldn't you want it to be well addressed?
Nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
And I do appreciate the sentiment of admitting that there will be kinks and things to iron out, but that's not how I perceive that statement.
But for our beloved government to say it's not perfect, I mean, there's
that's
things
worrying.
that they've said that's totally perfect, totally safe for you to take this. It's never going to do you any harm, and people are dropping all the, no. Yep. They didn't say. They said that was perfect. We've done all the amount of testing. 2 weeks worth of paperwork.
The eSafety Commissioner has a team of experts that they've been consulting with on all sorts of topics about this.
Trust the experts.
Absolutely. They've had experts looking at possible circumvention or unintended consequences of the age restrictions and how to reduce them.
They had a team of Karens.
And age verification being their approved platform methodology or age assurance technology, they'd like to call it. So although Albanese is saying that, absolutely not going to have to give you government issued ID. Age verification is going to have to go through all those same steps as well. I imagine they will want to see both your face as well as some kind of proof of your identification to link those two things up. So it's in the back of that system as well. So it's just nonsense, lies.
Surveillance country.
There will be a review within 2 years after the day the minimum age requirement takes effect. The Minister for Communications must initiate an independent review of the operation of the new law. So that'll be really interesting to read the twisted data and how it's like, I don't know what they're going to write in there. Suicide rates in youth decrease.
Yeah,
Machete
that's right.
crimes decrease.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
not
those
sure.
nasty words on the internet made all those amnesty bins worthwhile.
There were so many, amnesty is such a buzzword too, isn't it? But there were so many buzzwords on that e-safety page. I jotted some of them down. There's this line of creating a holistic regulatory environment, which feels like something you might hear if you were in a really fancy bougie day spa, just like playing in your ear while they, poke needles in your eyes or whatever they do in those places.
Namaste.
Proactive and systemic change, interconnected measures. Like, cool, guys. Well done. Okay, so how about a different spin on that?
Go on then.
Let's look at the point of view more in line with our inkling, perhaps, regarding this. Citizen Go. George Christensen had an article/petition about the digital duty of care. A few little quotes from his writings. It's being sold as a way to make tech giants more responsible, but don't be fooled. This is not about stopping child predators or cracking down on online crime. That's already illegal, and we already have laws for that. The entire premise is this. Digital platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and even search engines and chat apps should be legally responsible for preventing harm online. Sounds nice on paper, but look closer. We've spoken about this part before that George is touching on. Who gets to define what harm is, Swals? Who came up with what the definition is? And who's then enforcing that? He goes on to say that the answer is unelected bureaucrats. Yes. Under this scheme, platforms will be forced to remove content deemed harmful by government-appointed officials, police lawful speech in order to avoid enormous fines, enforce age verification to access basic services, spy on and track users under the guise of duty of care, impose age assurance, impose algorithmic controls to filter and shape what adults are allowed to see. He says this is the beginning of a government-controlled internet in Australia. And he went through, and I'll leave you the link to the article or the petition so you can read it yourself.
Do you know another couple of countries that have that sort of same thing?
What, the totalitarian, crazy control of the internet?
Control of the internet, control of the media. And China would be one of them. North Korea. There are countries that have, what starts with C, I can't remember what it is now.
One of the questions on this survey that he talks about is, this is the question. Which of the following kinds of harmful experiences or content do you think digital platforms should take steps to prevent for young Australians under 18 years on their platforms? And the suggested answers here are bullying and harassment, online hate speech, pornography, content that promotes harmful behaviour, and online pranks and dares that could cause serious injury.
The way that was worded, which one do you pick one because it's happening? You don't get it. I don't think that the government should do anything. I should be the one doing it as the parent.
But it's which of the following kinds of harmful experiences, and then they list a bunch of things that, like, if you're not crazy and you are a decent person, of course you don't want kids exposed to pornography and other real harms.
It's just trying to sell it in another way, isn't it?
Yeah. But then, as George said, like when you tick those boxes, you are supporting age verification, content suppression, and filtering. And it's not just filtering for the young people; it's for everybody. And he mentions about that term hate speech. It's another one. Like, what was that other word that they don't have? Oh, harm. Well, harm and hate speech. Who is defining these things?
But which one do you have to fill out every single box? So if there's a question in there that you don't agree with at all, you can't. It's not disagree or, neither or none of the above. There isn't anything like that. You have to tick it, otherwise your voice doesn't count. So
that's right.
Pick one. Pick one of these things that we will do for you.
Which is your highest priority? What do you care the most about? And then we'll just crack down on that. But yeah, anyway. We've had some inklings for quite some time about the true nature of the big brother situation that we're being thrown into.
Correct.
We've had some inklings in the past that we've been kind of proven right on, which is like a certain 5-letter word that was posted everywhere and at every store, on every radio ad and every TV ad.
Give you the assurance that it was safe.
Yeah. If there was a bit of a control snatching situation there.
Doing it for your duty of care. We have a duty of care
If
to
you
the
care
Australian
about your
people.
man. Yes. That was the practice test, right? Or one of them. And unfortunately, internationally, it looks like we as a people didn't score very well for intelligence and
F-.
pushing back for bodily autonomy and freedom. So now they're like, oh, sweet, let's just shove this one across the line as well, and everyone will just be a good little sheepy and do what they're told. I do really hope that hindsight has kicked in on that word and that we can all connect the dots to how that control happened. So I don't want to say simply, but, you know, he was given an inch and then look how many liberties were taken.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's probably too late for this verification thing that it's going to go through and it's going to be pushed through.
I don't know. There's some in the Senate that are putting in some bits and pieces. Senator Ralph Babette and Senator Alex Antic, I've seen some of their things. They're challenging it. You know, they're not just turning over and saying, okay, I give up, which I appreciate.
And there's free
Pauline
speech.
Hanson also signed that one.
Free speech unions that have jumped on board with it as well. And, you know, there'll be some pushback. Like Albo said, it's not going to be perfect. But they've already said they're going to do it, and it's too bad, so sad. You don't get to say this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And because the government knows better. So that's what's happening. So it'll be just a matter of time before they fold it up and it goes into the big dumpster fire.
Now, what that means for into the amnesty bin, what that means for us, we don't know as far as access to these kinds of platforms and things. I did read something that, like, if you've had a Facebook account since 2006, we obviously assume that you're more than 16 years of age, so you won't be impacted. Yeah. But, like, for accounts that we've made when we started doing this podcast, those accounts are not more than 16 years old. So are they going to ask me to do age verification or age, what's the other one they're calling it? Age something? Confirmation, whatever it is.
That's right. So if we disappear off the face of the earth, we know
that'll be
exactly
why.
what's happened. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it. And Swiley's not doing it, so we'll just fade into the background and I guess figure out a different way. Maybe we'll still be able to use Spotify. That one doesn't seem to
government has come in and
that one wasn't on the
UnMaddening.
list. Yeah. Spotify not on the list, so we do actually have our episodes on there. You might be listening on there right now, so that might be the only place to go. But we'll keep doing what we're doing. You just might not find it in the same places. Anywho, vintage culture appreciation. We're going to have a look at some grand vintage inklings that turned into awesome things. And there are so many, and I just listed a few of them. Printing press in 1440. It's becoming a little bit unnecessary for newspapers and things now. I don't think a lot of people are using them anymore, but I love my books. Thank you, printing press.
And newspapers, you can't rewrite them once they're done.
Well, that's why I like written stuff. Can't change my article on it.
Can't edit it within a minute.
What about the wheel?
The wheel?
Circa 3900 BC, apparently.
Wow.
The internal combustion engine. That's a pretty good inkling somebody had there.
Inkling.
Back in 1860. The light bulb, 1877. Refrigerator. Quite fond of the old refrigerator. It's pretty hot today.
It's kind of handy.
Yeah. The internet? Question mark?
Yes. And look where we are now.
Is that a grand vintage inkling? I mean, there's some really good stuff. And well, you won't know what's good anymore because you'll only be allowed to look at what you're told.
Everything's good. And if something's bad, we'll just delete that.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
Never happened.
Deleted. Steam engine, 1712. The light bulb. The telephone. And what about the magnetic compass? This one is allegedly 206 BC. That bad boy's been around for a long time.
A long time.
How good is that? I do remember Beulah telling me a little while ago about the differences between your magnetic north and your this and that. He's very clever with those things. That one's been around for ages. Loads of amazing things. I imagine there are many
more.
endless that we've left off the list. If you've got any other amazing game-changing ones, let us know.
Penicillin.
Oh.
That wasn't an inkling. That was a mistake. Oh. Oh.
But it became an inkling because
Yeah.
after they saw the changes, they're like, actually, I wonder.
I wonder what that does.
Anyway, on that note, that's enough of that. That was fun.
As always.
Thanks for listening while you can. Come find us elsewhere if we're going missing.
And until next time or until verification.
Until the 10th of December, God bless and peace out.
This content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. We do have an idea, notion and an impression, but we are not all-knowing pastors or politicians. You are not more likely to suck less or try harder having listened to these shenanigans.